no, I'm Dan.
Hi, I'm Graham, and together we are the Woolly Cod Wanderers. Hello everyone. Well, in this video we show you how we put the slidey door together. However, if you go to the Boondockers, when we're in Caton Bay, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Kirsty and Purdy did a van tour of our van, and I'm very pleased with what he's actually put together. So thank you to Kirsty and Purdy for that. And I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who's seen that and who's now subscribed to our channel. We do really appreciate each and every one of you who take the time to subscribe. So to all of you, a thumbs up for that. Anyway, this is the video on how we did the slidey door. With the slidey door, in here I've put all insulation that runs along this top board and in here. And then what I've done is I've put a bit of, I forgot what they call it now, it's that long since I've used it. The vapor barrier, and that's all been taped off all the way around there. So next thing to look at doing now is the tongue and groove. We put the ends in on that end and that end, but these middle sections I've just left with nothing behind. Put the baseboard on and the top board on, and then basically, instead of having just a small cupboard, although we'll have tongue and groove down there and there, it's all just basically one long cupboard. Or that's the theory behind it, but that's what she's looking like now. Right, so we put the front face on now, so it creates a cupboard from here running through to there. These are just covering up the metal strips down, so it's just one little long cupboard there. And the reason we've left it like this is, with the seating being where it is, to get to this handle is quite a way away. And what we find is that when we're away in it, or when we go to shut the door, that we grab both those metals and we pull it and shut it like that, which makes it easier. You'll notice there's this little funny shape thing here, and the reason for that is not a shelf or anything. It's just so I can get my hands in to the top mechanism. Where's it gone? There. To the top mechanism of the door catch, isn't it? Well, it's the door release mechanism. Because when we first ever went away in the van, just for the day, which was the Boondocker leaving do, we'd locked the van. Then when we came back to the van, unlocked the van, and this door wouldn't open. So we came in through the fire exit, through the back doors. Yeah, and when we came in through the back doors, I just put my hand in here, and I could feel the top mechanism of the wire that runs round for the release catch. And I just give this little tweak, and the door opened. Since then, we've had it replaced. But the reason I wanted that left there is because if that door gets stuck ever again, I know what the problem is and know how to release it. But if we're away and that was all covered over and you can't get at it, or you've got to start stripping everything down when you're away, and you don't want that. So that's why that's there. So now we need to address the bottom section of the door. The dilemma over the slidey door. We've tongue and grooved all that, and then what we were going to do was just paint this and then put the original panel back on, and that's how we were going to leave it. But I'll show you the panel and you'll see what I mean. So this is the original panel, and the first time we looked at putting a bit of material on that was left over from the suite, however, it was in pieces and it didn't look too good. So you know my love for leatherette, so we thought we'd leatherette it, and then this trim round the edge is the trim you put on the side of doors to stop them getting damaged. So we put that on to give what we thought would look neat and smart. However, leatherette and me don't mix. If you see that, the ridge up there, and then down there, yeah, it had all been glued and it was all level and straight and nice when I left it to dry, and that's what's happened. So we're back to the drawing board, reference the side. The idea of the ply and the tongue and groove, which give us that thickness, I'm afraid it's out of the question, because I'll show you here. That is tight. That is no good like that. That's tight. So tongue and grooving is out the question. We could look at just cutting a nice piece of this ply to the shape we want, putting that black trim round the edge that I showed you we've done on the original panel, which would give a nice finish to it. But what do we do with the ply? I think there's basically three options. We paint it so it's the same colour as the doors in the van, or we put the black carpet on it that we put round the back doors, or we try and stain it. I think I need to go and have a word with the boss. Right, I'll go and find Jane and see what she's up to. We're still undecided what we're doing with the bottom panel, but I've took off the Reflectix and we've took the trim off the window now, and I've rubbed this all down so it's ready for painting. We've used the original template to mark out where the holes need to be. So if I lift that up, you now see the board indicating where all the holes need to be drilled. So we'll get them drilled now. As I say, we've decided to just go with painting a bit of ply to cover that door area. There's the panel now in situ. So as you say, it's just a piece of plyboard that's been painted the same colours as the doors. And if you notice the black trim around the edge, what that is this stuff, which is like a rubbery thing with wire in it. It's designed to go around the edges of car doors and things like that. So that's what we've put all the way around. And where the screws have gone through, we've used these little caps, so your screw goes through there, put the cap over so you don't see screw heads. So that's the panel in place. Just open it up so you can see how the edge of it looks. So there's the end of the panel there. As I say, whether we look at putting something on here or what, I'm not sure yet, but at least that's done. And on the top, what we've done, which needs to be sanded and osmoed like the rest of that, is we've added another piece of tongue and groove, because on the inside of that we've put Velcro, which we're going to use to put the curtain up, and then hopefully roll the curtain up to it. But we're still playing about with that. But that's the slide door. Complete for now. The paint we used on it was this paint here, which is BC Paints Limited, which is like a military type paint. So that's the paint we've used on it. So I put a bit of thinners in it and put another coat on. It's give a better finish to it. But Jane's got those, what do you call them pens you've just got, darling?
Acrylic Sharpies.
Acrylic Sharpies. So does that mean that when you put it on, it doesn't wash off?
Yeah.
Right. So Jane's going to do some doodling on there. But we may look at, we've got little plaques and things like that we've got off the grandkids or the, our bairns over the years, and we may look at putting them on there. I don't know, but that's basically that. But Jane has been more creative with the curtains. When it came to this, we didn't want to have curtains across here so that when you open the door they were catching and things like that. So what Jane's come up with is this. With the tongue and groove, we added this extra piece which has got Velcro underneath. And what happens is basically, hang on, I bet I'll pull the wrong one. Oh no. Oh, I didn't, Jane. I pulled the right one. So you got 1, 2, and 3. And then that rolls down with its magnets still on it so that they click onto the metal. But what we've also done is we've put Jane wanted a wooden pole in the end, so there's a wooden pole in there, so when you come to wind them up, they wind up easy. But now that gives a nice cover for when you've got the curtains closed on a night, gives you the privacy, and it's got that, what's it on the back of it, Jay? It's not just normal curtains, is it? It's got
thermal blackout lining.
That's it. That's what's on the other side of this, and all the curtains which Jane has done. But as you say, I'll show you now how we've put the curtains up. So that's that one, and these curtains Jane's made handmade. I'll show you on this one, it's easier. Jane's made these little, what do you call that? Is it a
tie bags?
Yeah, no, but what type of thing is it you've used? Is it a braiding or something?
I've just plaited it.
Plaited, okay. So Jane's plaited them to make for holding the curtains open. But if you notice on the top, all the way along, all we've done for the curtains is it's a piece of dowel, yeah, and they're just hooks that we've screwed in there, and the dowel sits on the top. And because the dowel just sits on the top, there's nothing stopping it from moving from one end to the other. So what we've done is we've carried it all the way to the end. So that's the only movement you get in it. And by doing that and putting the hook there, Jane can now, I don't know, well, this isn't what you're supposed to hang up, but what I'm saying is you can hang like a little utensils off there or things like that. So that's why we've done that way. So all the way around, they're just on these hooks. I don't know if I said, they're plastic coated, so as I say, it doesn't there wearing these teeth in for us, so it doesn't cause any rattling with it being plastic coated. So that's basically it. Oh, but before I forget, Jane's handiwork with a bit of the material that was left over has made this pillow. So you got the birds and a bit of material there you've made it, isn't it, darling? And she's buttoned it together. But what this is we had these cushions which we turn round and use as pillars on the night, but Jane found them too hard, and that's actually a feather pillar that Jane's made. Right, so with that, that's it for now. Hopefully back on the road in the next one, but it's just keeping you up to date on where we're at. The only thing really to do now on the van is the back door on one side. We've left our, what do you call it, our
sticker wall.
Sticker wall. We've just left that with the white, but on the other side I'm looking at changing it from just being the plain white board. But that's a future project. But for now, you're up to speed, and hopefully next time you see us, we'll be on the road. So until next time, bye for now.